Evening and welcome to the annual meeting of Houghton Regis Town Council on Wednesday, 20th of May. Yeah. Our first agenda item tonight is election of the town mayor for the period of May 26 to May 27. Can I invite nominations from council?
I nominate Councillor Jones.
Can I have a proposer and a seconder and any more nominations?
Yeah, I'll propose.
Seconder. Okay. Is there any more nominations? As there are no more nominations, I duly declare that
No,
councillor.
you need to take a vote.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Those in favour? I duly declare that councillor Jones is the new mayor of May 26 to 27.
It's new office. Extra days.
It's a quick dress rehearsal. Yeah. Dress up as clients, really. Coming back to the
Yes.
and keeping the ground.
Yeah.
It gives the these.
Sit down.
IT related stuff, I can help. As I used to work in IT.
I, David Jones, having been elected to the office of Town Mayor of the town of Houghton Regis, hereby declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Well. To quote John Major, taking charge of his first cabinet meeting after succeeding Margaret Thatcher, who'd have thought it? In being appointed as town mayor for the second time, I have become only the fourth person to hold the office on a second occasion. The first three, the late John Kinchella, Jessie Kinchella, and the still active Roger Turner, served this community and the town extremely well for many years. In accepting the role, I promise that I will be diligent in representing the community and the town in all spheres, and I hope to live up to their example. I would like to make clear that I never sought the role. For many years, I have advocated that any councillor who had not already been town mayor should be given the opportunity to so serve if they wished. This year, it was my party's turn, or Labour's, but no new candidates put themselves forward. My colleagues requested that I consider taking the office again, which I duly did and agreed, and they have accordingly nominated me. I'm duly touched and honoured by their support for me, and I hope that with the support of you all, I will be able to satisfy your expectations of me. The year ahead promises to be one of progress for the council and the community, and I look forward eagerly to playing my part in that and leading some of it. Thank you for your support. I hope to be worthy of it. A vote of thanks will now be proposed to the retiring town mayor, and she will receive the past mayor's badge. I call upon Councillor McMahon.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Since Councillor Herber was previously a part of my group, it's only fitting that I am the person to propose a vote of thanks for the outgoing mayor. So, since taking the role of mayor last May, Michelle has made it her mission to represent Houghton Regis with dedication, commitment and cake. Michelle has had a really busy year and has attended a plethora of civic, council and community events across Houghton Regis, the county and beyond. Throughout her mayoral year, Michelle has been a tireless ambassador, having clocked up in excess of 150 events. Add that to the normal business of the town council, and that's a lot of work and a hard act to follow. Michelle's nominated charities will also be pleased to know that thanks to the success of her fundraising at every opportunity, Hospice at Home Volunteers, Peach Hospice, and the Houghton Regis Children's Centre, that each provide essential services at times of need in our community, will be sharing the princely sum of over £13,500. And I think that deserves a round of applause, don't you? So, talking of fundraising, some of these events to raise much needed funding for her charities have included an afternoon tea, a coffee morning, a bingo night, and a dinner out. But it didn't end there. I've already mentioned cake, and Michelle knows the way to people's hearts through cake. Cake has been at the centre of everything, even tonight. Her seemingly endless energy and enthusiasm in arranging raffle prizes, running tombolas and baking well into the night made Michelle's fundraising stalls at Houghton Hall Park events something that literally brought crowds. She should be proud of that. A reliable source also tells me that Houghton Regis Town Council staff have appreciated deliveries of baked treats from the mayor and made a good home for any leftovers from the events. Not much longer. We should also take a moment to acknowledge the support of Michelle's consort and her family, who have attended many of the civic and fundraising events. And it's only right that we should show thanks to Councillor Jimmy Carroll for his important support role as Deputy Mayor. Oh, wait. Michelle, we thank you for your dedication to the service of our town and to the fundraising for your nominated charities. So, on behalf of everyone here and the wider community, I extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to your commitment to Houghton Regis and your hard work over your mayoral year. We wish you every success and happiness in the future, and we hope you will look back on the year with pride and fond memories. The town is going to miss your cakes.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, it's the consort for Michelle's. Sorry.
That's no pain.
Yes, Brendan.
I call upon Councillor Herbert to reply.
Thank you. When I was first elected as town councillor in May 23, never did I imagine or dream that I would one day be elected representative of our town as mayor. Simply wasn't on my radar. I come from a humble and difficult childhood, and roles like this don't usually happen for people with my background. So I stand here now, reflecting on my term of office. I feel immensely proud, deeply humbled, and truly honoured. I won't pretend the journey started smoothly. Shortly after being elected, I had an overwhelming moment of anxiety, worrying that I wasn't good enough, that I wouldn't do well enough. But rather than let that stop me, I turned those fears into a purpose and made it my mission to give my absolute best during my 12 months in office, especially in raising as much support as possible for my nominated charities. After all, most mayors just get one chance to make a meaningful difference, and I was determined that my one chance would count. I could never have done this alone, without my family, friends, but also the Houghton Regis Town Council officers and staff who helped plan, arrange and set up so many events. Your hard work has been nothing short of remarkable. To our volunteer groups who have supported and strengthened my fundraising efforts, every step of the way, I'm so grateful for your time, dedication and heart. To our Deputy Mayor, Councillor Jimmy Carroll, and to all the councillors, charities and organisations who joined me during this journey, your presence and encouragement are really appreciated. I'm very grateful, so thank you. I want to give special thanks to my two support officers that I've had during my term of office, Louise and Elizabeth. Without you, could simply not manage such a full and busy programme of events, and your guidance, organisation and steady support have been invaluable. I thank you sincerely. This year has been truly extraordinary. I have seen firsthand the incredible compassionate work of charities and organisations across our community, people who quietly give their time, their energy and their hearts to support others in their moments of need. To be able to fundraise for my chosen charities of Hospice at Home Volunteers, Houghton Regis Children's Centre and Keach Hospice has been one of the most meaningful and rewarding aspects of my year. And as Councillor McMahon has said, my total fundraising, including the remaining mayor allowance, is £13,682 and a few pence. And many of these events have been from charity stalls, and I never knew that tombolas and cakes would be so popular. They really are council doings. And I couldn't have done that without the Houghton Regis helpers and the Friends of Houghton Hall Park, and their help has been invaluable along the way. So I thank them. Because of the enormous help received, I've decided to donate £250 to both Houghton Regis helpers and the Friends of Houghton Hall Park as a token gesture of my thanks of all the hard work that they've done over the year, because I could not have reached the funds that I've got without their help. I donated a cheque at the weekend to Hospice at Home Volunteers for £6,500. From small gatherings to large community events, every occasion has been filled with generosity, positivity and genuine kindness. And I've consistently been moved and shown support by residents, businesses, volunteers and visitors. Every donation, every ticket bought and every moment people have given their time or attended events has made a difference. So I thank each and every one of you. As I look back on my past 12 months, I feel nothing but gratitude. Gratitude for the experiences, the people I've met, the lessons learned, and the honour of representing Houghton Regis. It's been my privilege to serve and to support and to celebrate the wonderful town that I love so much. I want to extend my deepest appreciation to everybody who has walked alongside me during this journey, to every resident who stopped for a chat, shared a story or encouraged or given encouragement. You remind me daily why this town is so special. To every volunteer, fundraiser, community leader, teacher, caregiver and local hero, you are the heartbeat of Houghton Regis. To all our partner organisations and businesses and community groups who contributed time, sponsorship, raffle prizes, venues and publicity and hands-on help, you played a vital role in every success of this mayoral year. And finally, to the people of Houghton Regis, thank you for trusting me, welcoming me and supporting me throughout this unforgettable year. It's been an honour I will treasure forever. So thank you for allowing me to be your mayor. Thank you.
I would just like to announce that the charities that, well, two of the charities that Michelle chose, I'm going to continue to support. But I've made the change the third one. I will continue to support Keach Hospice and also Hospice at Home Volunteers. I also, when I was mayor previously, I also raised funds for the Motor Neurone Disease Association, and I propose to do so again. Okay. We proceed to item 2, the election of the deputy mayor. May I have nominations for the deputy town mayor to hold office until the annual meeting in 2027, please? Councillor Costello.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Cooper.
Thank you. Is that seconded? Seconded, Councillor Farrell. Are there any other nominations? Those in favour of Councillor Cooper? Thank you.
Elaine Cooper, having been elected to the office of Deputy Town Mayor of the town of Houghton Regis, hereby declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, before we proceed to apologies for absence, may I draw members' attention to the recent resignation as a councillor for Parkside Ward of Pam Burgess. Pam served on the council for 4 years, and I wish to place on record the council's thanks to her for her service, during which she steadfastly put forward the views and concerns of her Parkside residents and ensured that their needs were always taken into consideration. If requested, a by-election will take place in due course. If not, council may seek a co-option.
Thank you, Chair. We've had apologies this evening from Councillor Debbie Taylor and Councillor Yvonne Farrell.
Thank you. Questions from the public? Are there any questions from the public?
Not tonight.
Specific declarations of interest and requests for dispensations. Are there any? No. Minutes. We're requested to approve the minutes of the meeting held on the 14th of April. Had the chance to look at these. Are you happy with them? Have a proposal? Thank you, Michelle. Tracy. All in favour? Thank you. Committee and subcommittee minutes. You have in front of you the table of minutes of committee meetings represented to you. We are asked to receive the minutes as detailed. There are no recommendations rising therein to be confirmed. Everybody happy to receive?
Yeah.
Thank you. Item 8, council calendar for 2026-27. You have the draft calendar in the pack. There is the note in the text for item 8 about the renaming of the annual town's meeting, the annual town assembly. Looking for recommendation and specifically for approval of that name. Councillor Carroll. You're proposing the recommendation.
Yeah.
Seconded, Councillor Herbert. Any comments? No, for those in favour? Thank you very much. Committee functions in terms of reference. These have been past the council on 2 occasions already, so hopefully we've got it right now. We are requested to approve the committee functions in terms of reference as presented for 2026-27. Opposers? Thank you, Councillor Henderson. Councillor Herbert. All in favour? Thank you. Right. This is where it gets interesting. We have now committee, subcommittee and working group membership.
I'd go standing committee by phone.
Okay, now you have in front of you the membership that have been put forward during the preliminary period. I'm just going to run through the various committees because there is a vacancy in certain committees. So Corporate Services Committee, 7 members required. We have 6 members nominated. That's a vacancy. Environment and Leisure Committee, 7 members required, 7 members nominated. Planning Committee, 7 members required, 6 members been nominated plus 1 vacancy. Community Services Committee, 7 members required, nominated 6 members plus 1 vacancy. Does anybody wish to fill any of those vacancies at the present time? Carol.
Community services, I could fill a vacancy.
Right.
So could you repeat that, Councillor Carroll?
Yes, community services, I understand there's 1 vacancy. I'm prepared to sit on that vacancy.
So that would
That's,
leave,
that's okay.
that would leave vacancy on planning and corporate, which when we have our 14th councillor join us,
Yeah.
they're the slots that they would sit in.
Okay. Thanks.
We've just got the issue with the staffing.
Yes, yes. So are you happy with those 4 standing committees? Okay. Right, thank you. So on staffing committee, 7 members required, but 8 have been nominated. So we need to lose 1. And now I'm looking at Clark for help.
So what we've done is we've prepared some slips with those 8 councillors' names on. So we'll hand a slip to each councillor and you'll just be asked to tick against 7 names.
I will come off that.
Oh, okay. Okay, you sure?
Taking an action.
Okay, all right, okay, thank you.
It's a lot easier, thank you, Ken.
So just to confirm, there's still a vacancy on planning and corporate.
That's correct. Okay, good, in that case.
Sorry.
Can I ask if they can be temporarily filled until the new councillor is there process of that? Or is it that they need to stay vacant until the new councillor comes in?
We could fill those vacancies tonight, and then when the new councillor comes in, they wouldn't slot in automatically. It would have to come back to town council for so it would depends on when they joined the council, how seamless that.
If they stay vacant, it is possible for them to be slotted in.
Right, is everybody happy with the standing committees? Right. Town Partnership Committee, 4 members required and 4 members nominated. In the subcommittees, don't see any problems with that.
No. There isn't any problems according to the agenda, but the Labour group have put forward a suggestion today, wasn't it, that you would like to sit councillor Fowler?
Yeah,
on that
I'd like to be on the community engagement.
community engagement, which then means we've got one. Again, we've got one councillor.
Right. Okay.
So we've prepared, unless anybody wants to voluntarily come off of that, we've prepared that slip again.
Okay. That wasn't a direct substitution.
No.
No. Thank you. Wasn't sure. Okay, so
Could I just ask proportionally,
it's done.
the reform group should only have 1 seat on the working groups. Oh, and subcommittee, sorry,
I filled it because it was available to us.
because it's vacant.
Yeah, the proportionality is something that we tend to aim for, but it never divides equally across the board. So it's a guide, it's not a requirement.
Yeah, I've filled it, so following the guide.
Each councillor in your guidance is supposed to be on 1 working group. Well, 1 subcommittee per council.
Yes, it's, I think across the board of the subcommittees, there are 15 seats and we have 14 councillors, so 1 person gets 2 seats. Yeah.
Currently, we only have 3.
If 6 people have put themselves forward, then it just comes down to a vote. And I think we've, to save us shuffling papers, what we would do is give the slips out. Everybody would have 5, tick 5 names, and then probably Louise or Amanda and I will adjourn to tally up, because it would be too much pressure to do it in the meeting. And then we'll come back in and let you know. And it would just be who, if there's a clear, person that didn't get as many votes, then that person would come on. Is everybody happy with that process? We can think of an easier way of doing it.
Is there any reason why we can't have the name on that group? Because I think we've discussed this before, sorry, through the chair. We have discussed this before, and it's one of those committees that is sort of like kind of labour intensive with a small L. Do you know what I mean? And so it's the volunteers for it. That is really what we need on that committee. And to lose people because of proportionality, I think that's a shame, because we do struggle to get the volunteers to help out at these events.
The technicality is that you just approve the committee function.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't think the criteria should be councillors helping out.
No, I'm just saying, so, like, historically, this is the problem that we've had with this committee. Perhaps we should have come in.
We've just approved the terms of.
I know,
which-
which
Yeah, which says, like,
just sort of mentioned it then.
Yeah.
Could.
Councillor Slack.
I'm prepared to withdraw from that committee in favour of my colleague, and hope that I'm invited to attend it representing All Saints Church.
Co-opted member.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I sincerely hope that will be arranged. In that case, can we take it that the subcommittee memberships are approved? Thank you. Working groups. Right. Pride of Houghton Working Group, 1 additional member is required, even with the vacancy still existing in that committee.
I'm really sorry, Chair. It's only just off my mind with the community engagement terms of reference require, maybe the Pride of Houghton Awards Working Group requires members of that group not to be members of community engagement subcommittee. Sorry.
Yes, so
As the chair, I'll withdraw my place from Pride Houghton Working Group, sorry.
So there are 2.
that means then there are 2 vacancies. Yes, that's that.
We would like to put forward my name.
Can I just answer the point of order? Can you co-opted to the community engagement group and also sit on the Pride of Houghton Working Group?
The committee functions don't cover that scenario. I mean, I think.
And we've already approved those terms of reference. Yeah, great.
That's true,
That's a good point. So Louise made a good point that a co-optee doesn't have the same voting rights.
Yes.
So I think
Should be all right.
Yeah. No, I try to guess not to, it's wooden.
So that
I
should
think
be,
we're-
that
I
should be
think
all
we're
right.
good. Yeah.
Okay. So is anybody else willing to join the Pride of Houghton working group?
If it helps, I think it only meets twice a year, month
Well,
twice.
Well,
I'm not allowed, I don't think. I can't do it, go next time. Okay. Because I'd like.
That's why I just, a point of order here. So if it makes any difference to somebody, I don't think there's going to be a Pride of Houghton this year anyway, so you won't be meeting, so.
In that case. And then I'll put myself. And then
We are entitled to 2 seats
Mhm.
on that group, so there you go.
And then there's the, sorry, Chair, there's just the extra councillor who could sit on the community venue task. Force.
yes, indeed, there's a vacancy on the community task of finished group as well, but again, that can be filled by whoever the new councillor is. It may not meet too many more times anyway.
Yeah.
I should point out as well, for the investment working group, it says 4 members required, but I think it should be 5 because it's a working group. And Councillor Taylor is proposing to join the existing members. Right, is everybody happy with those?
Yeah.
Thank you to Councillors Slough and Bill.
Can I just have on the, have it just very slightly amended on the community task event finished group? There is not a blue vacancy.
No, we like that.
Is that all right? Yeah, thanks.
Right. To nominate and approve membership to the town council's committees, subcommittees on working and other groups. Is everybody happy with that?
Just one other tiny amendment.
Yes.
In the, this is for you. Thanks, but in the subcommittees, in the agenda item, as the number 3
Yes.
is for to be appointed as required.
Yeah.
It doesn't have it against complaints and disciplinary.
No, it doesn't. I agree exactly with what you're saying there. These.
Could that be amended?
These are 2. You put 2
Okay.
there and 2 there, which should be 3.
Great. Okay, yeah.
Right. In that case, we go on to the appointment of chairs of standing committees. These are not listed elsewhere, so I'm going to go through the standing committees and ask for nominations for the chair of that committee.
If I could just update you, we've had a nomination from the Labour Group for Environment and Leisure for the chair as Councillor Abby Slough, and for the staffing committee, a nomination of chair of Councillor William Henderson.
Thank you. In that case, perhaps I can just run through then the nominations that we have as I understand them. For corporate services, Councillor Taylor. For environment and leisure, Councillor Abby Slough. For planning, myself. For community services, Councillor McMahon. And for staffing, Councillor Henderson. Would somebody like to nominate those en bloc? Thank you, councillor Flagg. Thank you. Second from councillor Costello. All those in favour? Thank you. A lot easier. Thank you, colleagues. Right, the next item is item 11, representatives on outside organisations. We have lists of nominations. Can I just ask Councillor Carroll, Councillor McMahon, who decided which of you is going to represent you on the ATPC? Councillor Carroll. Thank you. And then there are 2 vacancies on the list, and there's also sorted, which isn't on the list, but I think it's been vacant in the past, and they've only usually required or looked for an attendance at their AGM.
That's right.
Yeah. So is anybody interested in filling the vacancies for Citizens Advice, Hampton Regis North Stakeholder Group, or sorted? Councillor Carroll.
I'd like to consider the Hampton Regis North Stakeholders Group because they don't meet very often.
They haven't met for the last 2 years. Would be just your luck to find half a dozen meetings. But yes, thank you for that.
Chair, do you want to put it down for citizens' advice?
Sorry,
Put it down for citizens' advice if anybody else wanted to do it.
Citizens Advice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right. Okay. So on this item, the recommendation is to appoint the councillor representatives for the listed organisations for 2026-27, and to note the reporting back mechanism as set out. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Proposed councillor Billington, second councillor Costello. All in favour?
Okay. This is the standing order.
No, this is representative.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, you gave me a heart attack. Yes, I'm happy to.
Good. Thank you. Right, item 12, standing orders. Any comment?
Not from me. Hopefully you've got enough information for you to address the clarity that you sought at the last meeting over confidential items and confidential papers. Happy to take any questions.
Yeah. Are there any questions on that? Yes, councillor.
Yes, well, obviously accept the ruling, but can it be put in bold? At present, it is not in bold. If we're saying that it's a legal obligation, then it should be in bold. If it had been put in bold from the beginning, I wouldn't have even brought it up, would have accepted it.
The bold highlights and standing orders comes from the model from NAUC. Would you be happy if I put like a footnote
But the ruling has come from now, hasn't it?
The advice has come.
The advice has come from now, so I think it should be in bold, I think, if we had a legal ruling on it. And I know that then they ruled on it, then I think it needs to be put in bold and not light.
The advice has come from now, but I think rather than legislation, it has come via the court.
Maybe if we put a footnote, but I think it does need to be in bold, I think.
Okay. Let's look to,
Stop
we'll
any
look to,
problems.
we'll look to make it clear in.
Make it a lot clearer, because it does state at the top of standing orders that those that are in bold are legislative and required, so I think that's where we need to go. Other than that, no problems.
Councillor Anderson.
It was only say, I was going to say broadly the same thing. Can we not just have the whatever's under point 4, the outcome that you have sought? Can we not just have that? Because that is the basis of the advice, isn't it? That we're 4.7a in the report. Under point 4 outcome. That's the advice we've been given, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we just have that as a footnote?
Yeah. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Even though obviously it's quite lengthy, if that would serve the same purpose of it being involved.
Yes.
Yes.
Serve as a reminder for.
Well, in 3 years' time, and when I guess you have the same conversations, he'll already be there.
I suspect that however much councillors might dislike the advice, it would cost an awful lot of effort and money to turn it over. So I don't think there's really much choice. So the recommendation is to note the advice as provided and to emphasise and to approve standing orders as presented. Those in favour? Sorry, I should ask for a proposal.
Do we have to amend for those changes to be added? Because we're not accepting.
Yeah, you could say as amended instead of as presented. Yeah.
As amended, yes, that's better. Yeah.
So I propose the amendment to say as amended.
Councillor Henderson, Councillor Abbott Slough. Right, those in favour? Thank you. Right, item 13, financial regulations. We are asked to approve the financial regulations as presented. Proposer. Thank you, Michelle. Councillor Herbert, Councillor Costello, second. In favour? Thank you. Scheme of delegation. Seen the revised scheme of delegation. Everything that could change. The recommendation is to approve the scheme of delegation as presented. Do I have a proposal? Thank you, Councillor Cooper. Councillor Chris Flower, second. In favour? Thank you. Item 15, general power of competence. It's confirmed that the council meets the eligibility criteria for the general power of competence, and we're asked to confirm that. Thank you, Councillor McMahon. Councillor Henderson. All in favour? Thank you. Rather lengthy pre-tires on the banking and signing arrangement. But in point of fact, nothing has changed from last year. So you are simply asked to confirm the arrangement. Thank you, Councillor Cooper. Councillor McMahon. Those in favour? Thank you very much. And no, that is not the end of the meeting. Yeah, let's see where this last item is. Right, there is a 17th and final item to do with the community governance review, which that has we thought we'd done with this, but at the General Purposes Committee of Central Bedfordshire Council, when they considered it, they agreed all the proposals. Well, no, they didn't agree them all. They amended some of them, but it has been taken forward largely. But they have left one item in abeyance, and that concerns the Linmere development. Through this consultation, CBC is seeking views on whether creating a new ward would provide dedicated representation at town council level and help ensure local decision making reflects the needs of residents and businesses. Fortunately, the Linmere site is split, and there are less residents registered there than the average for a councillor on this council. Members, what do you want to do with this? We're asked to reaffirm its previously submitted response. But I don't.
My response to that is deny it. It's Linmere. It's nothing to do with us. Separate area on top of our green belt. We didn't agree to vote on this or anything.
Linmere is part of the town.
It's part of it, but it's being rebuilt on the green belt, as far as I'm aware. And a lot of that used to be my childhood fields. I used to run and play.
That goes back well into history.
I know a lot of it.
But nothing we can do about that particular situation at this stage.
At this stage, but once I'm hopefully announced and on the table with a councillor, I might be able to help defend you.
What I'm saying is we're too far down the line. Now we're just looking for voting representation.
I could put my name forward once I'm a councillor, not a problem.
What they got?
Councillor Carroll.
So what are they actually asking from us?
It's quite a short consultation document if you follow the link through, and it's very simple. It's just, what are your views on creating a separate ward for Linmere? So it's an open-ended consultation response.
So are they looking at doing that for next elections, or they're looking at doing that for the next election?
Yeah.
So they're trying to integrate with still. So do we still know how many councillors they expect us to?
They're not consulting on changing the number from the previously agreed position. So we would retain that 17 councillors. It's whether that 17th councillor represents Linmere on their own, or whether they become part of the wider Parkside ward. which would incorporate in there.
That's fine.
Tide Farm, sorry.
So it's really just boundary,
It's just
just the boundaries.
Um,
It doesn't include additional councillors or
No, but one thing is dedicated.
dedicated for them.
we will have 17 councillors.
That's been decided, yeah.
It's just whether one
One
of
of
those
them is a
councillors
Lindmere
is
councillor,
Lindmere or.
and our response was yes.
And if,
No, our representation was that we thought Lindmere should remain part of Tide Farm.
at this stage,
At this stage, yeah.
in fact, the working group that met concerning we considered the possibility of Lindmere being a separate ward and rejected it. We didn't actually say that in our response to Central Bedfordshire, and they've taken another view. So I think my advice to members here would be that we need to say a bit more than just simply reaffirming our previous thoughts.
We should a stronger case there against
It's still a developing area, isn't it?
it's
I would imagine it could be quite lonely for one councillor representing
But they would be very,
the emerging area.
yeah.
And that councillor would have to have.
But then surely too, out of North could ask for one as well.
I mean, the recommendation was sort of the bare bones. If we could take it away and ask the work, was it a working group that we had? Ask to sort of put a bit more information around that.
Yeah.
when we did discuss this and put our proposals for, we looked at Lindmere in 3 years' time, didn't we? Which is a 3-year period, which that would have meant that for the next election, then it would have been set up and I still think, but that's because it's still developing. It's going to be too big a ward on its own. It's going to have over 5,000 houses on that Lindmere ward, which is really, when you look at it, it's probably 3 wards. When you look at that, 5,000 people in one ward.
Yeah.
If you look at the proportions, they're going to have about 10 councillors.
I think the allocation of residents to councillors will have to be adjusted. Don't see. I think the largest council in Central Bedfordshire, I think, is 21 councillors. And if we're going to have 17 at the next election, that doesn't leave a great deal of room for expansion.
No, it doesn't.
But have you heard from Central Bedfordshire whether they are prepared to grant an extension?
No, I haven't.
You haven't heard?
The request has been made, but I haven't had a confirmation.
Yes, Councillor McMahon.
I think I just wanted to sort of like clarify as well that, so when you say that currently Lindmere is split, I mean, it's not just split between Parkside and Tide Farm, but it's also split between Houghton Regis and Chorlton.
Yes.
And therein lies a bigger problem because it's in a different parliamentary constituency as well. So this is another reason why I suppose the conversations around having the whole area brought into Houghton Regis, those conversations that were had with Chorlton previously. So CBC have rejected that idea. However, they want to go along with this idea. It's a little bit nuts, really, isn't it? That it doesn't, you know, those two don't match up for one. And as I said, you know, we're looking at the constituency boundaries won't be reviewed for another few years because it's only just been done. So when I looked at this, I'm like, well, that's bonkers. You need to wait until that happens before you can even start talking about this. And by that time, the development should be almost at completion. So that's my view, or
Yeah.
some ways that further along.
They've got a long way to go to
Have a little
completion.
bit more of an idea about what the population is going to be and how, because the chances are that we will need more councillors at that point as well.
Did you wish to speak
No,
again?
I'm just stretching my legs, so let's stand up. So I like to move around, so get on the camera's way.
Right, I would like to see us agree to perhaps re-establishing the working group on this and putting in more detailed response.
Okay,
Does that
along
sound,
these lines and taking in these comments.
does that make sound sensible? Quite how you phrase that for the resolve, I'm not quite sure.
Just one more thing, Chair. Will the council be actually promoting this consultation through its own channels and being a bit more robust to get the views of the public
Yeah, we certainly can.
as well?
Yeah.
Sad with this is that if Central Bedfordshire don't agree to
An extent.
an extension,
Mm.
we're going to need
Special
a
council.
special council meeting.
Yeah.
The next one's
Closing date is the 9th of June and the next council meeting is until the 15th.
Yeah.
But I really don't think we can just reaffirm what we've said before. I don't think that tackles the issue at all.
Oh, sorry, Chair. So are you anticipating that the council will meet again? Or were we happy to extend this recommendation so that those nominated councillors can expand on our reasoning a bit more and give authority to those nominated councillors to shape the submission?
That would be easier.
It would be easier.
Yes, is that acceptable to everyone? Sorry, councillor, sorry, not councillor.
I didn't know whether I was allowed to talk, but can I just make a quick point? There is mass confusion over this letter that everyone has received.
Seems it.
The residents are confused,
Right,
and I'm not surprised given the conversations we've just heard as well. You know, we are confused. Would it be a good idea for Houghton Regis Town Council to put something out about what it actually means and what's been requested? Because people are saying they do not understand. And they think it's just going to be, let's have another ward councillor in the same way we have Sue and we have Tracy. They think that's what it means, and
Yeah.
It doesn't.
it's much bigger implications.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, thank you for your input.
And the cost of all those letters.
I didn't, I must admit, wasn't aware that a letter had been sent
Yes.
out.
We received it, sorry.
I don't.
We've all received it.
I do too.
I think the council are, if we look to provide a bit of clarity, should be through social media and establish, not through another letter that went out. I think we'd have, I think the distribution of it wouldn't be timely in terms of enabling people to respond, so.
I think social media will be fine. I'll stick you something in the library or.
At least the work of
We want
getting
the people to stop, we're gonna have to put some person as a ward.
This just sounds like the town.
Yes, ladies, that's right.
So the working group is going to meet and put forward expanded reasons for their decision.
I think.
The previous membership of the working group,
It wasn't a working.
well, it wasn't a working group.
It was nominated, yeah, it was sort of nominated councillors, so if they reconvene and we just expand on a bit of the background and our thoughts and reasoning.
Another meeting. Right. Is that acceptable to you all? Okay, thank you. And I think that is the end of the meeting, and I declare the meeting closed at 8:10.
Thank you.
Okay.